buddy. Iceman 50. So, I met a pretty cool dude the other day. Works kind of just down the street from us. He does some pretty cool stuff. He builds these board track racers. I don't like bicycles with engines and stuff. Pretty cool dude. And he's got a couple of bikes for sale that I'm interested in. One of them is like a 2005 Harley Sportster 883, all black. Kind of reminds me of the Rebel, but a Harley. And he doesn't really want that much for it, like $2,000 to $2,500 or something. So I'm seriously considering it. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's fuel injected. It's nice. And the other one was one that I was looking for Trevor. It's a what did he say? Like a 95 Suzuki GN250. And Mr. J kind of got me in touch with this guy. He bought something from him from Facebook. I think he's buying a knucklehead or a shovelhead, or, like I said, I suck with the old bikes. No idea. But anyways, we met up with this guy and looked at the bike, and he said, yeah, the only thing is, there's that Suzuki's got some ticking. And I'm like, how bad could it be? I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, how much does he want for it? He's like, oh, like $500. And I'm like, damn. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen here. I'll put a couple of pictures up. It looks nice. It almost looks like a baby Harley, And so I was like, oh, can you start it? And he's like, yeah, I can start it. He's like, but, he's like, something ain't right with it. And I was like, okay. So starts it, and I was like, oh yeah. I thought, oh, if it's a little tick, I'll just ride the shit out of it, or give it to Trevor and he can ride it. And this thing was like slap, 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 and I'm like, oh no. So he said that it was down on compression, and he pulled it all apart. They put a new piston in it and rings or whatever, and then it started making this noise, and I'm like, really? So to me, at first, when I heard the sound, it almost sounded like piston skirt slapping on a rod or something. It's pretty. It's not a tick. It's more like a clack. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, well, he's like, we pulled it all apart again. He's like, I measured everything. He's like, everything's the same. I was like, I'm like, well, what about the valve clearance? And he said it was like 2 and 5. I'm like, 2 exhaust, 5 intake. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, He's like, well, we looked it up. And he's like, although there was, varying numbers. And I'm thinking, well, would it really clack that hard if the clearance was tight? I mean, maybe? I don't know. My suggestion was, well, maybe start on the exhaust side, because that's kind of where it sounds. I mean, it kind of sounds like it's coming from everywhere, but I was like, well, you could open it up 1,000th and try it, open it up 1,000th and try it, that's one thing. And so I was like, okay, well, what else could it be? And I was like, what about the cam chain? He was like, we didn't change that. I'm like, okay. It's weird that it didn't have the noise before, but okay. I'm like, well, what about the cam chain adjuster? I'm like, maybe that's, maybe that's not working very well, or, I don't know why it wouldn't have clacked, if the chain was stretched already, but the cam chain, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go back tomorrow after work around noon, and we'll go look at it, see if we can figure it out. Like I said, this dude's pretty cool. So see if we can figure it out. You know, I might end up buying it, but you know, it looks like we could even, you know, trade some stuff too. So yeah, I got two things there, you know, I'm looking at. Wouldn't mind the Harley. Brother. Anyways, today it's only supposed to be 75 outside. I'm like, oh, thank God. It's supposed to be 75 like the rest of this weekend. So you best believe I'll be out at the storage space working on old Frank. I mean, we were so close. Oh, this guy even he gave me a battery because I'm not going to be able to use that small battery I've got. You know, it just don't have the stones. So hey, all right. So yeah, I think we're gonna. I told him he's like, well, here, try this one. It's quite a bit bigger. It's lead acid. I'm like, So he's like, here, take it. And then of course I forgot it, so I'll have to get it tomorrow. But I was like, hey, I got a lithium iron phosphate battery. He's like, oh, that's all I use on my board track bikes. I'm like, oh. And he showed me. I'm like, man, that's a small battery. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm just running ignition. And I told him, I'll tell you what, I'll swap you batteries. I'll give you mine. So I think the battery I got's about twice the size of his battery. So, but yeah, let's see if we do some horse trading. I got that raked out chopper Sportster frame from the 60s that Mr. J gave me too, and so it looks like we might do some horse trading or whatnot. I mean, might even, you know, I was thinking, yeah, man, I could help you work on this stuff too. He runs his business. He sells these things all over the world. So that might be kind of a cool gig, you know. So, and he's just, like I said, he just works by himself. So that might end up working out. Yeah, it's cool when you meet people your age and you're into the same shit. And he's like a year younger than me. It's like, oh, that's neat, you know. So yeah, it's supposed to be nice this weekend. I'm, you know, if it's nice by you, should jump on the bike and ride. You know what I mean? Because we've had so many hot and rainy days. Like, it's rained for like 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row. I don't know. So, but anyways, just an update. You know, I'm sure I'll. Oh, and Grunkle Billy's Honda CR-V, the alternator died like 2 days ago, so it's like, great. So we might, you know, try and get that thing torn apart. It looked, first I was like, geez, man, it's buried in there, but you know, so we might try that. So you might see a video on that at some point. So, all right, while we're here, guys, we'll see you on the next one. All right, easy.
I am Iron Man.